How's everybody doing today? You guys doing all right? Okay. Let's see. Missing a couple of people. Give them a chance to figure out what's going on while I try and figure out what's wrong with something on my computer. All right. Is everybody here now? Everybody is here now. Okay, cool. Unmute yourselves for a few minutes so I can hear your responses. Well, actually, just raise your hands. Did everybody get a chance to start working through the worksheet on drawing cards? Just raise your hand if you did. Okay, cool. How many of you managed to install R and R Studio? Okay, excellent. All right, awesome. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work through another example, kind of like what we did on Wednesday. But what I want you guys to do is I want you to open up our studio and work through it with me. It's not super complicated. Things that you're going to need to do first, though, is you're going to need to go to the Moodle site, and on Moodle, let's go to Moodle. You'll see that there is material on Moodle for the 22nd of January. And inside of here, you'll see that there is, oh, I need to update something real quick. Give me just a minute. Because I just updated a file. Okay, what I need you to do is I need you to go to, let me share my screen. What I need you to do is go to materials for today, January 22nd, and open that up. And I need you to drag all of the data files, MoINC, CSV, USINC, World INC, World INC Top 20 CSV, and the prisons.r data script. And I need you to drag those into a folder somewhere on your computer. You can drag them to your desktop, you can create a folder for them, or anything else. You guys know how to create directories and get things into that directory? Okay. Yep. No. Okay. All right. So I'm still sharing my screen. You guys can still see my screen? Okay. So this is actually something that I wanted to go through on Monday, but we can go through it today. So I'm going to actually go to my terminal, actually. Have you guys ever worked in terminal? Worked in the shell? No. Okay. As a data science students, you guys should at some point be exposed to this. Terminal is usually buried somewhere deep inside the recesses of your computer. And the reason that that computer companies bury terminal someplace where you can't find it is because if you muck around in terminal too much, you can actually really mess things up. With a single command, I could wipe my entire hard drive clean. So when you're playing around in terminal, what you don't want to do is you don't want to do things if you don't know what you're doing. So this is just terminal. It's the way we used to compute back in the 1980s when I was in high school. There was no such thing as a graphical user interface. You did everything command line. And so what you can do in terminal is there is a structure to your computer. And on your computer, you have a hard drive. And hard drives are almost always square or rectangular. The ones nowadays are really tiny. I have an external hard drive here on my desktop where I back up stuff that I need. Well, there's one of these things inside of your computer, and it's where all your stuff is stored. Well, there's an indexing system on your computer that allows your computer to quickly and easily go and find stuff so that you can access it. And so you can think of your computer as a Russian doll of sorts. And in this Russian doll is where all your stuff is. And so on my computer, and you probably don't have this on your computer. Let's see. Now I'm in shell and I don't want to be in shell. I'm going to trying to figure out the best way to show you this. Let's do it this way. So now can you see a figure with a screen with a frog on it? Okay, all right. So one of the things that I've done on my computer is up here in the upper right-hand corner, there is a little icon. And when you look at this icon, it looks like a little hard drive. And it's my Mac OS. It's basically my hard drive. And so if you're on a Mac, you can actually go to System Preferences, and you can go to, I think it's General. It's not General. System Preferences. I don't have to do this very often, and now I don't remember how to do it. that wasn't it. Give me a sec. It's what happens when you're not prepared to do something you're planning to do on Monday and you do it on Friday instead. So if you're on a Mac, you can go to a Finder up here at the top and go to Preferences under Finder. So all I did was go to Finder, click on it, go to Preferences, and it shows you what you can have shown to you on your computer. And one of the things that I've done on my computer is I've clicked on the hard disk. If I take the hard disk away, what that will do is it gets rid of my hard drive, so I can't see it anymore. It's hidden from me. And the reason, once again, that computer developers hide these things from you is because they don't want you to see what's on your hard drive, because what's on your hard drive is everything. I'm not sure how you would do this in a Windows operating system, but I can figure that out because I haven't worked in Windows in quite some time. But when I click on the Mac OS X, what it basically shows is everything on my computer. And let me try this. So my hard drive is here, and so it's this big box. And this big box is broken up into sections. Let's see, what did I do with? So you can think of it as being partitioned into 4 sections. And my 4 sections are applications, library, system, and users. And so these are just different areas of memory space that are assigned to different functions. Applications is where all of your applications go. System is where your operating system is. And users is where you typically work. And this is true on a Windows machine. This is true on a Mac platform. When you click on users, you see that there are just 2 users. There's a user designated as administrator. I'm working off of a William Jewell College provided computer. And so there are administrator privileges that people over in IT have. And then there is me. And so this is me. So within the user space, there is an administrator space, and there is a Paul Klawinski space. And inside of this space, this partition on my computer, is where you go and you find all my stuff. So this is everything that is on my computer, and it's all divided up into a series of folders. Well, these folders are just the new term that we used to refer to back in the old days as directories. A directory is the same thing as a folder. So each of these folders are places where I store stuff. So I have, for example, a folder for 2021 applied statistics materials. So inside this Klawinski space, there is a space called 2021 applied statistics. So the question that you might ask yourself is, well, how does my computer know how to find where I'm at? Well, we find this through what's called a path. Are you guys familiar with paths? Okay, some of you are, some of you are not. So we'll just go through it. So the path to get to this place on my computer begins with users. It tells my computer already knows that it has a hard drive, so it just wants to know where on this hard drive things are. So I start off with users. There's usually a / in front of that. Then I want it to go to MySpace on the user portion. And then it will go to 2021 applied statistics. So this is a pretty simple path to get from the larger hard drive to this particular place on my computer. Anywhere you are on your computer, you can. So, for example, we were working with COVID data before, and so inside of my applied stats folder, I have an RScripts folder, and inside of that is the Kansas COVID folder, and inside, and here's the RScript. If you right-click on any file anywhere on your computer, you'll get a little drop-down menu, and this works on Windows and Macs in the same way, and you can get a Get Info box. And when you get this Get Info box, it shows you right here where in my computer is this thing at. Can you guys read this, or is it too small? But basically, can you read it? Yeah, basically, it's in the Mac OS, it's in the users portion, it's in the Klawinski P users portion, it's in the 2021 applied statistics portion, and it's in a folder called RScripts. And so there is an address that the computer uses to find things on your computer, and that address is a path. So we would have to get to this folder, we would have to add another portion of the path, which is RScripts. And then once we get to that point, anything that is in that folder is accessible to us. So what I want you to do, take a minute to do this, is essentially create a new folder. When you create a new folder on your computer, you're creating a new directory. And put that folder someplace where you're going to remember where it is, and just label it, RScripts or applied statistics or something that you'll remember. And you generally do this by right-clicking, and it will give you a new folder. And then you can rename that folder whatever you want to rename it. I'm just going to rename this one test. And when you right-click on test and get info, because I've created this folder on my desktop, the path to it is my Mac OS X, which is my hard drive. It's in users, it's in Klawinski, and it's on the desktop. And so to get to this folder, I would go to a different place. My path would be different. It would be users, Klawinski, desktop, and in this case, it's the test folder. So this would be the path to get there. When you have created a folder on your computer, raise your hands with the little raise your hand function, or just raise your hand, totally. Hayden, have you got it done? Yep. Sam? Samuel, do you go by Samuel or Sam?
Either one.
Either one. What do you prefer?
Sam, I guess.
Okay. All right, Sam. So you haven't gotten it done yet? Right. Are you having difficulty or just working on it?
Just working on it, trying to organize it.
Okay. All right. You guys know how to use the reactions in your Zoom space? Yeah. So you don't have to hold your hand up. Just go to the reactions thing and raise your hand if you've got it done. So I'll know when everybody's done. And Blaine, I realize you're working on an iPad, so you're a little crippled in doing this right now, right? We need to talk about getting you access to a computer.
I have my computer right next to
Oh,
me. I'm just doing it on there.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Is that okay? Does that work?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, perfect.
Hannah, have you gotten it done? Yeah. Okay. I didn't see a hand. And Hayden has it done. Sam, how are you doing? Sam, are you on a Windows machine or a Mac machine?
Mac machine. Can you just sorry.
Go
Can
ahead.
you just like right click and then do like the new folder thing?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
That's exactly what you do. And I think it works the same way on Windows machines, right? Yeah.
Dr. Klowinski.
Yes, ma'am.
Whenever I try to move the mo.inc.txt into my folder, it says that like I can't do it.
Okay.
It says sorry, the requested file cannot be found.
Okay. Reload, refresh Moodle because I've changed that file.
Okay.
You must have logged out of Moodle before I changed it. It should be moinc.csv, a comma separated values file, rather than a text.
Okay, yeah, it refreshed.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Thank
now
you.
It should work. Yeah, you were trying to move something that doesn't exist anymore. Sam, did you get it done? All right, cool. So once you have a folder someplace, you can actually drag this folder anywhere. So I'm just going to go to my Finder on my computer, and if I wanted to, and this is something that you can easily do nowadays that you couldn't do back in the 1980s. So I'm going to just take my test folder, and if I wanted to drag my test folder into my R scripts section of my computer, I could just grab it from where it is and drag it into there. And now when you get info on that, the path has changed because now it's in users, Klowinski P, applied statistics, R scripts, rather than on the desktop. Doesn't matter where you store your stuff. The tricky thing is just to find a way to keep your computer organized in a way in which you know where you can go and find stuff. 2 iterations of this course ago, we were going through getting to know R at the very beginning of the semester, and one of the students couldn't find a file that she had downloaded off of the Moodle site. And I was like, well, where did you put it? And she was like, well, what do you mean, where did I put it? I'm like, well, where on your computer did you store it? And she's like, I have no idea. And I was like, okay, well, show me the directory structure of your hard drive. So what you're looking at when you look at something like this view right here, this is the directory structure of your hard drive. You have spaces on your hard drive. Here's your main hard drive. Here's the users portion. Here's my portion of the computer. Here is the applied stats portion. And I'm going to be keeping all of my R scripts in an R scripts folder. Well, she didn't know what this was. Well, as it turns out, all of the stuff that she has been using since she owned the computer was all found in her downloads folder. So she had been downloading stuff off of Moodle. She had been downloading stuff off the internet. She had been downloading. And it was just this gigantic downloads folder. Well, you can have a downloads folder, and everybody does. Here's my downloads folder. And one of the things that you'll see that I do is I have recently downloaded stuff, and then I have stuff that I've backed up from earlier downloads so that I don't have to go searching through things. And what I really need to do is I need to clean out my downloads folder. But her entire work life was in her downloads folder. And so at that point, I realized, oh, one of the things I need to work with students with is getting an idea of directory structure so that you can kind of rein your life in digitally. And after we went through that, she said to me, oh my gosh, I'm going to go home this weekend and rearrange my computer so that my computer is actually useful. And it wasn't slowing her down because she kind of remembered what she called files. And so rather than going and finding them, she would just search for a particular thing that she needed, and then she would go and find it from whatever the search results were. Unfortunately, when I type in test for that thing that I just made called test, there are lots of folders on my computer called test because unfortunately, computer scientists run tests on software all the time. And so test is a terrible thing to name a folder because there are lots of folders and I have no idea which of these folders is actually the folder that I'm looking for. But if I have a mental image of what my directory structure is, I know that the test folder that I made is actually in the 2021 applied stats region, and then I can go and find that pretty easily. So as you go through life as a data scientist, develop a filing system on your computer that makes sense to you. It doesn't have to make sense to anybody else but you, but it needs to at least make sense to you because that's how you're going to be able to easily find and use the information that is on your computer. So at this point, has everybody dragged the stuff, downloaded the stuff from Moodle and put it in the folder that you created? Okay, all right, great. So for my stuff is in the folder prison. And in this prison data set, in this prison folder is an R script called prisons. And did I put that, was that available on the download? Okay, so you all downloaded it. Do not open it. What I want you to do is I want you to go to RStudio and I want you to open RStudio. Now I have to, make some rearrangements in my own workspace here. And unfortunately, I need to work in a way that I can see you and can also see my notes. Okay. Can you guys all see my RStudio space? Okay. Does your space look the same way? Jonathan? Yeah. Hayden? Okay, all right, good. Okay, so in RStudio, what you have here is you basically have 4 panes. And right now, it looks like I have 3 panes, but it's because I don't have a script open yet. So one pane here is the console. This is where all of your scripting is going to be executed. One pane, the lower right pane right here, has a variety of things. It has files. It will show you where your plots are. It tells you what packages you have and don't have and whether or not they're activated. There's a viewer, which is how we'll view some things like when we're doing our markdown. And then up here you have an environment. And in this environment, you can see what your history has been. And unfortunately, I've been doing a lot of stuff recently, and so I need to probably clear my history out. These little brooms you can use to clear history. And so now I'm starting with kind of a clean space. What I want you all to do is up here at the top, you'll see a little plus sign. Click on that, you'll get a drop-down box, and I want you to start a new R script. And when you start a new R script, it's going to open up another pane in this workspace, and this pane is where you're actually going to do your editing. Has everybody done that? Okay. What I want you to do is I want you to
Wait, sorry, how did you do that, Dr. Kalinsky? Sorry. How did you open that new box? Was it just file new?
Oh. You can go to File New and choose R script, or you can also just go to this little green plus sign, green and white plus sign, and that does the same thing. And just choose our script.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Everybody with me? Okay. All right. So what I want you to do first is just go ahead and save this. And I realize there's nothing in it. It's a totally blank file. But go ahead and save it. And I'm just going to save mine as Prism, because we're going to be talking about Prism. And you can save it once again wherever you want. I'm going to save mine in the folder where I'm currently working, because that's what I want to do. So the first thing that you might want to do is you might want to give yourself some comments. So in R, if you want to leave comments for yourself or leave comments for others, you can use the £, and then the text will appear in green. And what that means is that it's a line of text that's not going to be executed by R. It's just a comment. So this is a beginning R script dealing with incarceration data. And you're thinking to yourself, great, we're going to be talking about incarceration data today. Yes, we are. We're going to be talking about people in prisons. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you know where you are in your computer. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to get our working directory. And what we mean by a working directory is this is the directory where R is operating. If you opened R in R, it's operating from the R directory. And so if you ask it to go and get data from someplace, it's going to look for that data in the R directory. It's not going to look for those data in the place where those data exist. So type in the command getwd with an open parentheses. Most R commands, basically it's a command and then it's open parentheses, and then the arguments for that command are in those parentheses. But all we're wanting to do right now is get the working directory, and that's what getwd does. When you run that, oh yeah, so running a line of code in R is accomplished by, in the Mac world, it's command return, and in the Windows world, it's control enter. So run getwd, raise your hand on the screen when you've gotten getwd to run correctly. Luke? Okay, Haley? Okay, all right, so everybody's got it. Okay, good. Down here, it should say whatever your path is. So I opened R as R, just like you guys would have done it. So it's basically saying that I'm in the user space of my computer and I'm in the Klawinski P space of my computer. Unfortunately, this is not where my data are. And so what I want to do is I want to set WD. This is setting the working directory. And in this, what I want to do is I want to set the working directory as the directory where all my crap is stored. So you can do this a couple of ways. One of the ways that you can do it is you can just go to the place where your stuff is stored. So I would go to the 2021 statistics section. I would go to the RScript section. I can click on the prison folder, and I can click on any folder inside of there, and I can get info. And when I do that, I can then just copy the path to R. I can highlight the path and copy the path. And you want to put the path in quotes and then just paste the path in there. So for me, where I want to be, because where my data are, is I want to be in users, I want to be in Klawinski P, I want to be in 2021 applied statistics. I want to be in R scripts, and I want to be in the prison folder in that space. The other thing you can do is you can just type all that stuff out, but once again, you have to know where you are. So do that for wherever you have your folder on your computer, and then execute that line of code. Raise your hand on using the responses when you've got that done.
Can you do that one more time?
Yeah, sure. Let me actually share screen in a more complete way. So what I did was I used setwd. Let me go back and just get rid of all of this. Setwd, open parentheses. And so what I did was I basically said, okay, here I am on in my file directory system in Finder. If you're in Mac, how do you do this in Windows machine? Is there something like Windows Explorer or something like that allows you to do this on a Windows machine? Somebody on Windows, please respond.
I just have files, and from files, it kind of gives you a little directory through there. And so mine will be this PC, desktop, DTS 218 materials, and then that'll be my pathway, right? I mean, I hope that's right. I mean, I'm about to try it.
So for me, that's how you view your file structure, your directory structure on your computer. So for me, I'm going to go to Applied Stats. I'm going to go to the RScripts folder. I'm going to go to the Prison folder. Once I have all these files in here, I can right click on any of them, get info, and then I can actually just copy the path. So you can just highlight the paths right there. You can cut or copy that path out of there, and then you can just paste that path into this line of code, and then that sets the directory that you're in. Did you follow that?
Yes.
And then execute that. Now, if you rerun getwd again, it shouldn't give you the path that you had at the beginning. It should give you this new path, basically saying you've effectively changed the directory that you're working in. Raise your hand when you've verified that that has happened.
Oh,
And you can, of course, type this if you want, but it's just easier if you can cut and paste because you don't make typing mistakes. Like I just did. And it'll do the same thing, but once again, you see typing mistakes are the bane of my existence. Hannah, have you gotten it done yet?
Mine, so whenever I do the get info, sorry, it's not showing up. And like look like in the where section, there's like arrows that point to where it's going. So whenever I copy and paste it, it's like not letting me run it. Like it's
Okay, replace those arrows with forward hashes, forward slashes. And I forget, I think in Windows, is it a forward slash or a backslash to separate directories in paths?
It's a backslash.
Oh, it's a backslash. Okay. So in your case, Hannah, it would be this, not that, this instead. So the unfortunate thing
Actually,
About-
my bad, Dr. Kluinski. You were right. It's a /.
Oh, it is a /. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the disadvantage of not working on Windows machines, is I don't always know exactly how it works on. So it should look kind of like mine looks, right, Logan?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So if yours copied over as arrows, you just need to replace all those little greater than signs with /.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
On RStudio, so I
Mhm.
saved my prison.r to the wrong folder somehow.
Yeah.
Is there like a save as instead of just save where I can change like?
Yeah, you should be able to just go to File
Oh, okay.
and then scroll down, and there should be a Save As about halfway down. And then when you do that, you can just change whatever directory you want to put it into. But once you've set your working directory to your new directory, everything you do will be saved to that new directory. That's one of the nice things about changing your working directory at the beginning, because then everything you work on now from here on out will be saved in that same directory, so you can go and find stuff when you need it. Hannah, how's it going?
I don't know. It's like not. It's still saying I have errors.
Okay. Go down to the bottom of your Zoom window. Who else is having difficulty? Okay.
I am
Haley?
having difficulty as well.
Okay. All right. Hannah, share your screen with me.
Okay.
I'm gonna unshare mine.
Okay. I also just like deleted everything, so just to let you know.
That's okay. We'll just start over from scratch.
Yeah.
And Blaine and Haley follow along as we're going through Hannah's, and hopefully what we do with Hannah's will help you through yours. Blaine, you're on a Windows machine or a Mac?
I'm on Windows.
You're on Windows. Okay. And Haley,
I'm on a Mac.
you're on a Mac. Okay. So Hannah, where'd your screen go?
Sorry. There we go.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
get it so that,
so-
okay. So go up to
Like,
get working. Go up to get working directory and run get working directory.
Okay.
Yeah, and you don't have to highlight the whole file. Okay, so one of the things that you can see is look in the lower right hand pane.
Mhm.
You somehow opened R from your working directory, which has all of your stuff in it. I'm not sure how you did that, but you're already there, because you can see that it has the prison data set, it has the Missouri incarceration data, the world incarceration data, the US incarceration data. So you have everything that you need right there. So you're already there in your working directory. So you don't actually need to set working directory. So you should be fine, because you're already there. And I'm not sure how you did that, but you're good to go.
I don't know either, but that's cool.
Okay, stop sharing. Hannah, Haley, can you share your screen?
Yeah, just give me a second. I'm on Zoom on my iPad, so I just have to
Okay. And Blaine, are you on Zoom on your iPad?
Yes, I am.
So you can't share your screen either.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I figured out a little bit of the issue. I didn't have my getting to the directory itself, getting a working directory. I just got that. So now I'm going to try it this way. It gave me some more information. So I'm going to try it real quick. I might be able to get it.
Logan, you're on a Windows machine, right?
Yeah.
Can you share your screen?
I'm also on an iPad.
Oh, you're also on an iPad. You guys are killing me now.
You can just join the meeting
Okay.
from your computer. And
What's that?
You can just join the meeting from your computer. I did it within the meeting.
You could do that.
Yeah.
Haley, are you now on your computer?
Yes, I moved my computer.
Oh, share your screen with us.
Okay.
and we'll see if we can't get you sorted out. And this will probably help Blaine along the way.
I think.
There's a button down at the bottom of the screen. It's green. It says share
Yeah.
screen.
It's saying that I have to change my system preferences. I have to.
No. Okay. We'll allow you to do that.
It says Zoom US will not be able to record the contents of your screen until it is quit. So I have to quit and then reopen. So I'll be right back.
We'll see you in a minute. We'll see you in a moment. This is actually one of the challenges with live coding, whether you're doing it in a class or on Zoom, is we don't want to move ahead until everybody in the class is with us with the thing that we've currently done. Hopefully over time, as we get more comfortable with doing the things that we're doing, it will become a little more seamless. But it's always a little rough here at the beginning. So just bear with us. Can you share the screen now?
Yes.
Okay.
So you were recording the meeting.
Yeah, I am recording the meeting. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this embarrassment that we're going through, everyone's going to see.
Oh, good. Okay.
Oh, good.
So-
Awesome. Okay. So
I
run. So you run get WD.
Mm-hmm. And it
Okay.
says down.
Yep.
It's in-
And when you look in the lower right-hand corner of the lower right-hand panel, you can see that's all the stuff that's on your computer,
Mhm.
right?
It's a lot.
Okay. Where in this stuff is the stuff that you have downloaded from the Moodle site? Where did you put that stuff?
I put it all in this folder right here, and I have the card draw, and then I have the files in a
Okay.
different.
Right click on any of those things. Go get info. Yep. So
Mhm.
now under where? Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
you're on iCloud. So what you need to do is you need to grab all of that entire section of text that's under where, starting with iCloud Drive.
Mhm.
Just highlight all that, copy it, get back into R, go to set WD. Now put in, yep, there you go, and paste that in. Okay. Now, unfortunately, you are on iCloud, and so that might actually cause a problem. But go ahead and execute that line of code. You don't have to highlight the whole line of code. If you're anywhere in the line of code, it'll just do it.
Okay.
Yep, go ahead. Yep, allow. Okay, now run get WD again.
Just the same one.
Sure.
Oh. Well,
Yeah, just put your cursor on the line and that's all you need.
okay. So it says it's in there now. Wait.
Okay.
Well, it says. I'm confused.
Yeah. So what it is it's in your user space. It's in Haley Borich. It's on the desktop, DTS 218 Prisoner R. I am a little confused that your file folder hasn't changed its contents yet.
I don't know.
So where is your DTS file, your DTS folder in your list of files on the right? In the lower right-hand pane.
Yeah. Oh. Don't.
Click on the little arrow next to name and it'll sort by name. And then you can find things alphabetically. And then you'll have to, yeah, it's not in there. Okay, I think here's the problem, is that, go back to your DTS folder, Haley.
Mhm.
You're automatically storing things on iCloud. And so it's not actually on your desktop. It's on a file storage system someplace out in the internet. So if you can actually store it on your hard drive of your computer, that might actually help fix things. So go to iCloud Drive.
Okay.
Where's your DTS? Oh, go to the desktop there. Get your DTS 218 folder and drag it to your, okay, all right. So your hard drive isn't viewable to you. So go to, go to Finder. Click on Finder, go to Preferences. At the top of your menu,
I realize.
at the, yep, go to Preferences. Yep, so that's showing, okay, so it shows that you have hard disk visible. So did you click on that hard disk thing earlier? Oh, there's your hard drive right there. Okay, leave, minimize your RStudio so we can see the rest of your screen. Yep, there you go. Right click on, well, go down to the Finder, right click, new Finder window, the fourth thing down. There you go. Now in this new Finder window, let me see the new Finder window. Scroll down.
I'm kind of unorganized. That girl you're talking about earlier, I really related to her.
I'm trying to find your hard drive in your Finder.
Oh, well, I'm on recents. So should I go to desktop? No.
I'm just curious as to, well, okay, close that window. So move your window over that has your files in it now. Just drag it over so we can see the hard drive.
Oh.
Yep. Grab your DTS folder,
Mm-hmm.
drag it onto the hard drive, but don't release it. Wait for your hard drive to open up. There you go. Now go to Users and hover over Users, the Users folder. There you go. And now hover over Haley Borich. Now, just drop it in there. Yes, we want to remove it from iCloud Drive. Okay. So now, that's weirdly floating around there, not in any sort of organized sort of way. Now, right click on that folder. Go to Get Info. All right. Now, yeah, you don't need to copy the Macintosh HD. Copy Users Haley Borich. Copy that. Go back to R. Put that path in your set working directory.
Is that it?
Yep, execute that. Okay. Go back to that set working directory.
This one?
Yep. Go to the end where it says Haley Borich.
Okay.
And type in, yep, DTS 218, your folder name. Now execute. Now get WD.
Is that better?
Yep, that is better. But once again, still, go down and click on the, you now see that DTS 218 is there at the bottom. Click on that. Yep, okay, all right, so, so now you want to actually add to your path the prisoner file, the prisoner folder, whatever you called it. Click on the 2 dots. Yeah, prisoner.r, or prisoner space R. Yep, there you go. Now get working directory. Okay, all right, so you should be there. Okay, cool. Blaine, did you manage to accomplish it?
I did not.
Okay.
Sadly not.
And you're still on your iPad.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see this. Let me see if I can flip my camera. This is kind of what I'm getting right here. That's, oh, you cannot see it. That is terrible quality. Wow.
It's very small. So when you get working directory, what does it tell you? Just read it off to me.
When I get working directory, it says C users -Blaine -OneDrive -documents. And then when I set my working directory, it says error in set working directory, and then it just lists my whole thing and it says cannot change working directory.
Yes,
That's what this read. Go ahead.
Yes, because you're storing everything in the cloud. You need to store things on your hard drive.
Okay, so when I made it and I put it on my desktop and I made a folder on my desktop right
That's
here.
not a desktop on your computer. That's a desktop in Etherspace.
Okay, so I need to figure out how to save this to my hard drive.
So go to your files.
Okay.
And you need to find your hard drive, not OneDrive. OneDrive is a cloud storage space.
Okay, so would this be considered my hard drive? Would that just my quick access? Would that be considered a hard drive or no?
I don't know because I can't really see.
So that's what I clicked on, my desktop, and that's where all my things are. So those are all my files that are on my desktop.
Zoom in a little more.
So those are all my files on my desktop, and so I'm gonna go to DTS 218 materials. That's right there. That's where I have all my R stuff that you gave us.
All right.
So if I double click on that, it takes me inside, and that's all the stuff you gave us today.
Okay, right click on one of those files and show me what the path is.
So it doesn't have me an option to even view it, and look for the path. It just has these options as open.
Right, hold on. Scan. All right, go down a little bit. Oh, that's weird. Oh, go to properties.
Okay. Properties. Sorry.
Zoom in. Go to location. Location.
Okay.
What? Stay there so I can read it. Zoom in a little.
Security details general.
Yeah, it's still on OneDrive. Yeah, and that's what's causing problems is in order to access stuff from R onto online storage space, you have to do a different set of things. So so what you need to do is come by my office sometime today, and we'll try and figure out how we can get access to your thing. So just hang with us right now and take good notes, and we're going to proceed without you for the moment. Not without you. You're still here, but we'll get that figured out so that on Monday when we do some more live coding, we can figure out. You can do live coding with us. So everybody but Blaine has their directory set, and they have access to their things, right? Okay. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to read in some data, and so the first set of data that we're going to want to read in is this worldinc.csv. And so the way we do that is what we're going to do is we're going to just make a new data frame. And the way you make a new data frame is you use the thing called the assignment operator. The assignment operator is just a less than sign and a dash. And there's a hotkey shortcut for it. In Windows, it is, now I forget, I think it's Control dash, and in Mac, it is Command, I'm sorry, it's Option dash rather. Try that and see if that gives you the command, the assignment operator. So I'm going to do it Option dash in Windows. Did it work in Mac? What did it do for you guys in Windows? Okay, all right. So I always have to, once again, I forget the Windows things. And then what we want to do is we want to read a CSV file. And the CSV file name is going to be in quotes, and it's just the CSV file that we want. And we want the world incarceration.csv file.
Actually, I have a question real quick. Are you sharing your screen with us?
Oh, I'm not, because you guys were sharing your screen with me. My bad. Hold on. Yeah, thanks for telling me that. Because yeah, the whole point of this is that you can see what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create something new called World INC, simply because it's easy, and I want to assign something to this little short tag. And so what I want to do is I want to read.csv. I want to read in a CSV file. And then the CSV file that I want to read in goes in quotes, and it is worldinc.csv. Okay, so what this basically says is read.csv says, go get this file and read it in, and it's a comma separated values file. That's what the CSV is for. And then I want to assign that action a shortcut. And so I create a new object. So world INC is a new object. But whenever I type in world INC, it's just going to go and read that data file in. And when we activate that, we should just see no error messages down here. And then if we want to see that it's done it, we can head. And what head does is it just gives us the first 6 lines. And so we've created what's called a data frame, and the data frame has this data in it. And when we execute this line, and recognize once again, in order to run this line of code, I don't have to highlight the whole line of code. I can just have the cursor anywhere in it. Run that line of code, and what it should give you is the first 6 lines of the data frame. United States, China, Brazil, Russian Federation, India, Thailand, and it has the number of prisoners in each of those places and the total population in each of those places. Did you guys get that? Raise your hand if you got that. Jonathan? Yep. Sam? No, Sam, what happened to you?
I'm still stuck on the last step because I can't figure out how to save a specific file where I need to, so.
Okay, all right. Stay online for just a minute. The rest of you, we're at the end of class. We're going to be continuing to live code on Monday. Do you think it would go better to live code in person or live code online?
Person.
In person?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay, all right. So Monday, rather than meeting on Zoom, what we're going to do is we're going to meet in White Science 205. There are computers in White Science 205, but go ahead and bring your own computer because that's where you're going to be doing all of your work anyway. So we'll just meet in there. It's a room that is equipped to handle all of us, and we'll just meet in there and we'll do live coding together. So bring your masks, bring your computers, and we'll meet in White Science 205. The reason that this is a hybrid class is because I thought that live coding might go a little easier in person rather than virtually across Zoom. And so we'll try that on Monday. All right, save this script. We're gonna pick up here on Monday. Sam, stay on for just a minute. Share your screen with me and we'll see if we can't figure you out.
Dr. Kolinsky, what would be a good time today?
I have office hours from 11:15 to 12:20, but after the next class, after 10:15, I'm free for the rest of the morning.
Perfect. All right, sounds good. I'll see you then.
When do you think you'll come by?
About 10:15. I have an 11:15 class, so I'll
Okay.
right after your next class is when I'll probably stop by if that works.
Okay, do that. Yep.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Sure.
Bye.
All right, Sam. Let's see what you got. I'm gonna unshare my screen so you can share yours.
Okay.
And hopefully we can get you straightened out. And if not, if you have time free in Joel time, we can also do it in person if we can't figure it out here in a minute.
Okay. I need to share my desktop. Okay.
Okay, so get WD,
Mm-hmm. So then
run that line.
no.
All right, so where is your data found?
So I have it on this DTS 218 on my desktop.
Okay, right click any of those.
Okay.
Go to get info. Once again, you have the same problem that Haley was having. You're storing this in the cloud and you need to store it on your actual hard drive. That's the problem that you're having. So go down to Finder. You're in Finder. So go up to the Finder menu at the top, the little Finder tab. Yep. Go to Preferences. Click on Hard Drives. There you go. Now close that. Now somewhere on your desktop, your hard drive should appear.
Oh, like on my.
Yep, on your actual desktop.
Okay. I need to clean up my desktop then. Okay.
Yes, you do.
Hold on 1 second. I can just minimize this and then probably close everything else and I should be good.
It's
Almost. Let's see. Where would this be?
yeah, cleaning and organizing your workspace would probably benefit. There it is, Macintosh hard drive. Okay, so click on that. Go to users. That's you. Yep, go there. All right, so here's all your stuff. Go down to the Finder icon at the bottom. Click on that again. So that's a new Finder window. Go look at that Finder window. All right, so what you need to do is you need to find your OneDrive. Whoa, wait, no, kill that.
Like,
Why did that take you to RStudio automatically? Yeah, close that. Go back down to Finder. Right click it. Go to New Finder window. Yeah, there you go. Go to your OneDrive or your iCloud drive. Find your DTS folder.
Desktop.
Grab that folder. Nope. Go back, grab the folder. Drag it to your other Finder window, and if you want to, you can put it on the desktop there. Nope, that's in iCloud. You just dragged it to where it was before.
Okay. I need to just drag it. I can't drag it just in here. That's not.
No, because that's in your iCloud. You see how that's under the heading iCloud?
Oh, yeah.
So that iCloud folder there, close it. Close that Finder window.
This Finder window?
Yep. Close that Finder window. Keep the other one open. See. You have a couple of Finder windows open. Close that one also. All All right, go back and click on your hard drive on your desktop. Yep. Go to users. Go to Samuel. All right, now just leave it there. Now scroll around and find desktop here. Oh, there's no desktop here. Ah, okay. What I want you to do is I want you to grab from the other Finder window.
Mhm.
Grab the DTS folder and just drag it to the other Finder window. Now, yep, move it. Now, okay, now it's on your, now close the left-hand Finder window. Close both Finder windows, actually.
Okay.
Now click on your hard drive again. Go to user. Go to Samuel. Now it should be there. Okay, click on that. DTS 218. Right click any of those guys. Get that path. Yeah, see now it says user Samuel DTS 218.
Okay.
Highlight that. Copy. Paste into do set WD. Open quotes. Now paste. Now execute. Now get WD again. Execute. Oh, so there you are. Now you're in DTS 218. Go over to your file pane, the lower right-hand side. Somewhere in there. Well, maybe not. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So there's your DTS file. Okay, great. So now you can go. Now you're in it. So click on the DTS 218. Okay, so there's all your stuff. So now what you need to do is read in the data file. So type in world INC.
Worlds INC.
World INC, yeah, or world INC, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Assignment operator. Nope, assignment operator.
The command or option.
Yeah, option dash. Yep. And then read.csv. Open parentheses. Open quotes. Oh, web location, web location, web location. So what you want to do is you want to type in world inc .csv .weblog. It's just a C. It's the folder. It's the file name that we're reading from the pane there. Right. Try that.
Oh.
The fact that it's got that weblog at the end of it might cause you some problems.
Okay.
But execute that. Okay. Now do head. Open parentheses. World. Just yeah. No quotes. World INC. Yep. Execute that. Okay. All right. Save this file, save this script. Just go up to the little disk. Yep, sure. Yeah, go right there. That works. Name it prison or something. Yep, okay. Save that. What I want you to do is in that folder that is now on your hard drive, that's the DTS 218 folder, I want you to delete all that stuff that you downloaded, because what that weblog stuff means is that it's on a web location. And so R isn't seeing it as a CSV file. So delete all that stuff, go back to Moodle, download all that stuff again, put it in this folder. And then what you want to do is run through this script again, but get rid of that weblog at the end of the CSV file, and it should work for you fine. If it doesn't, drop me an email.
Okay.
Does that make
Perfect.
sense?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, cool. All right, I will see you on Monday.
Awesome. Thank you.
Sure.